We're muggy right now all across the region because we've got that humidity. It sits at around 92%. It's 7:03. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. My guest host this morning is Brett Witkowski. Forecast for today, partly cloudy skies, 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, a high around 87. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, partly cloudy, a 40% chance of showers and storms, lows around 70, north winds 5 to 10. And then tomorrow's forecast, partly cloudy, 60% chance of showers and storms, a high around 77 degrees. And it looks like some of that rain is going to be hitting Van Buren County here in a few minutes.
Pretty hard, looked like.
Yeah, it did. It had some red cells and some lightning bolts and that kind of thing. So do be aware of that. We could see some of that come into our area as well as the morning moves on. The primary election is tomorrow. Early voting wrapped up yesterday. There's a focus on a number of races, including filling the seat of retiring U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow, who announced in January she would not seek a fifth term. The Democratic primary features three-term U.S. Representative Alyssa Slotkin and actor and Detroit small business owner Hill Harper. If she wins the primary as expected, she'll face another tough contest against the likely Republican nominee, former U.S. Representative Mike Rogers, who's looking to end his party's 24-year drought in Michigan's U.S. Senate races. The former House Intelligence Committee chairman and former CNN host launched his campaign in September and has since thinned the Republican primary field as the state's party establishment has rallied around him for the most part. Rogers' remaining primary opponents include U.S. Representative Justin Amash, best known for voting to impeach President Donald Trump and for leaving the GOP to become an independent and then a libertarian. Also running, Sherry O'Donnell from our area, a physician and former congressional candidate.
And I thought I saw her. She had 49 counties that backed her.
Oh, yeah?
49
what do you mean?
Republican GOP parties.
That would be?
Her. That's a lot.
That is a lot. That is a lot. We'll have to look that up. Other news that we're following today, local law enforcement agencies are gearing up for tomorrow's National Night Out in Berrien County. For Benton Harbor and Benton Township residents, Director Daniel McGinnis said it's a night for the community to come together and have fun with family and friends.
When people from Benton Harbor get together, be it National Night Out, Juneteenth, a concert, it's like everyone knows everyone. Everyone goes way back. Very loving, very family oriented, and hopefully we can take that spirit from us older folks in Benton Harbor and pass that down to our children.
Last year, more than 800 people turned out for the Benton Harbor event. They hope that same number attends this year. In addition, there will be a backpack giveaway by the Berrien Community Foundation. There will also be games and snow cones and vehicle demonstrations. I want to get on that. And a chance.
Snow cones?
Snow cones.
Like snow cones.
Yeah, snow cones are good. And then a chance to dunk Director McGinnis and Chief Abrams, apparently in a dunk tank.
Myself will be back in the dunk tank, and I believe Chief Abrams will also. You got an opportunity to come and dunk the chiefs of the departments, give out book bags. We also have, fire trucks, face painting, all those other things going on.
The Benton Harbor Area National Night Out event will take place at the Dwight P. Mitchell City Center Park from 5 to 8 p.m. tomorrow. A summer concert series in Niles is coming to an end. Nonprofit Niles Music and More has announced this is its final season. The last performance at Niles Riverfront Park will be September 8th with an a cappella group. Niles Music and More founder Karen Adler says the group started the Niles Summer Concert Series back in 2018 with the goal of providing free entertainment for the whole family. She says since 2018, the group's mission has been accomplished as Niles has developed a thriving music scene with plenty of places to catch live entertainment. She plans to disband the nonprofit when the current tax year ends. She says it's been a good run. And a new $23 billion education budget plan in Michigan is opening the door for recent high school graduates to attend community college tuition-free. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship Community College Guarantee was signed into law by Governor Gretchen Whitmer in July. It's expected to save more than 18,000 students almost $5,000 a year. Michelle Richard is with the Michigan Department of Lifelong Education, Advancement, and Potential and says the new education initiative is a real game changer for every high school graduate in the state.
A lot of recreational type properties that are larger, like I said, a couple of waterfront properties, and then there are.
All right, that's not the right soundbite. What are we doing with the computer?
Just
this
make
morning?
it up.
Just make up the soundbite here. Instead, we'll just play this one.
The class of 2024 or the class of 2023, you are still eligible to enroll this fall at your local community college and attend tuition free.
Students who qualify for the federal Pell Grant can get an extra $1,000 from the state to help with additional college costs like books and supplies. Richard stressed that if a student wants to start community college this fall, they need to complete the free application for federal student aid on the MyLeap website. And we might as well get to this story as well. If you're looking for some property at a low price, the Michigan Department of Natural Resources is holding land auctions through the beginning of September. The DNR's Michael Mikulik told us what is for sale.
A lot of recreational type properties that are larger, like I said, a couple of waterfront properties, and then there are a couple of scattered properties which are smaller, surrounded by private landowner properties and like subdivisions.
All of the auctions are online. You have to register in advance. You can go to michigan.gov/land for sale for more information. That's a look at some of the local news that we're covering in the WSJM newsroom. Auction properties.
Mhm.
You've had some experience with that.
I really never enjoyed it.
No?
I hated doing that.
Okay. All right.
For me, it was just so for me, it was more personal.
Because you were the treasurer of Berrien County at one point.
Yeah, for a long time, and boy, Great Recession was brutal.
Oh, yeah. A lot of properties went
Yeah,
up.
and I had started the payment plan a year before that, and other counties just kind of like, yeah, we're not going to do that. Well, then after a Great Recession, most do it. I think all of them do it now. But for me, my grandfather was killed when my dad was 7,
Yikes.
and they had 6 kids in the family,
Mm-hmm.
ages 9 through 1, whatever, something like that. And when my dad was 7, their family lost everything, their house, their farm.
Went up to
everything.
auction.
Yep.
Hmm.
And when my dad was dying and he had dementia, he would relive those days.
Mm.
Meant that he would go back, coming home and seeing everything gone.
Yeah.
And it just, so for me, it was always personal. I never enjoyed the auctions. Sometimes people do walk away from properties and it is the right thing to do to get it back on. And there's other times it's just like, it just would kill you.
Yeah.
Knowing that people lost their properties.
Well, all right. Well, if you want more information on that.
How about that downer?
Is it going to rain today?
That would be the uptick for me. No, I've had the downer morning all morning. I'll tell you what.
All right. We'll try to lift your spirits
Yeah,
in a
would you?
second. All right.
Give me a pop or something.
It's 7:10. It's the WSJM Morning Show. We've got sports right now and then a whole lot more coming up in just a minute.
The race may have only lasted 9.784 seconds, but it took about 3 times that to see that.
All right. Can we say a good morning to our stream, our live
Would
stream?
you? I need a pick me up.
Good morning. Good morning to those of you joining us on the video live stream today. I got to tell you, I'm excited about the primary elections happening tomorrow because we know there's going to be some results. I mean,
Yeah.
you like to finally get the outcome after the months of speculation on, well, what if this, what if that?
Tough on the candidates.
It'll be, well, come on, they put themselves in there.
It's still tough. It doesn't mean.
What do you mean it's tough? What's tough about it? It's
it's
tough
tough.
everywhere. Everyone's
Yeah,
got
but
it
it's-
tough.
You put your name on the ballot.
You go to the grocery store recently, it's tough there.
Well, we're talking about elections. It is tough. It's you put your name on a ballot. It's not just you; it's your family. For most.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot.
We're
of
seeing
work.
that in the nationals right now.
Yeah, and it's
In the
it's
national
hard
elections, I mean,
because-
Kamala Harris's husband Doug had some stuff come out this weekend that he had to talk about again.
and people throw darts like which they've done since the beginning of time. But it's anybody who's willing to put their name on the ballot, I will respect. I may not agree or vote
Yeah,
for them, but I will respect them for being willing to step up and try to what they think to make change,
Sure.
to make
Yeah.
things better.
anytime somebody does their what they believe their civic duty is, I mean, you do have to commend that. You appreciate him getting involved. I mean, that's a discussion my dad and I would have a lot, which was you can gripe about the weather all day, but until you can do something about it, right? But we were talking about politics.
You when it's warm, right?
Well, we were talking about politics. I don't
Oh.
gripe about it. Yeah, I don't mind it so much as long as I don't have to move. If I don't have to
You mean you can
move,
sit in this room,
the humidity is just fine. If I could sit in air conditioned comfort all day long, I think that'd be all right.
don't you?
Well, I mean, sometimes I have to go to the car. Got to walk outside
You
for
probably
that.
pre-start your car.
Yeah. I woke up early. Was it Saturday? No, Sunday morning. Woke up early Sunday morning, and I asked Stephanie, "Hey, you want to go out and check the parking lots on East Napier, see if the block parties are still going
Oh,
on?"
jeez. Oh, my goodness.
Because this is where the block party was last week.
Was it here?
Yeah, I told you this. You didn't see that?
We're at Napier.
You see our parking lot out here, the one you park in?
Yeah.
That one.
You had a block party out here?
There, I didn't have it. It was out there.
Uninvited block party?
Oh my gosh.
No, I didn't know it was here. I thought
Do you
it was in
listen to
park.
the news? Do you listen to the news
I
when we
do,
read
but
it?
I didn't know it was here. I thought it was
We'll talk about
in the
this
city
in a
of Benton
second.
Harbor.
No, it was in Benton Township. It was right here.
Uninvited block party.
We'll be right back. And I've got a couple minutes here. Yeah, it was right here.
I did not know that.
Yeah, we've got security footage and all kinds of stuff.
Well, they probably got some chicken from a couple places down.
You don't listen to the news. You listen to the sports.
Well, I like your sports. I listen to the news.
How many days until coach's show?
Well, now I got to think this out.
All right.
18.
Are you sure?
Mhm.
Okay.
18.
All right. You got the first show set up already? You know what's going to happen?
Oh, we already. Yeah, it takes care of
Get the
itself.
video
It
ready?
runs. That's up to you guys.
We'll talk in a moment. It's a WSJM morning show.
Some scattered showers and thunderstorms. In the afternoon, we'll see high temperatures get up around 85 degrees. A few showers and storms return again tonight. We drop down to 70 and 77 tomorrow with a chance of a few rain showers. As we head into midweek, we're back to some sunshine with highs in the 70s. I'm meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
Oh my goodness. 7:15. Let's check the temperature real quick. 72 degrees and cloudy. We still have cloudy, but we did see the Doppler radar weather thingy was showing some blobs coming over the lake. Kansas City Royals beat the Tigers 3-2 yesterday, as you heard in Dave Wolf's report. Royals will take the series. What did they get? 3 games to 1?
Yes.
We got 1 game out of it.
That's not good when you're the home team.
No. So now the Tigers have their tail between their legs and they're headed over to Seattle. They'll have a game tomorrow. They've got the day off today. They're heading to Seattle. Games tomorrow, 9:40 p.m. first
You'll
pitch.
be up listening to that one.
No, I won't. No, I'll be in bed. I'll be sawing logs. It'll be wonderful.
What time you hit the hay during the week?
What time do I go to bed or what time do I fall asleep? Because sometimes I
Oh, I
fall
know.
asleep early.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm the other way around.
I can be sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden, the next thing I know, Stephanie's trying to wake me up. Like, hey, wasn't that funny? Oh, yeah, that was real funny. Something like that. But just to finish up a conversation we started on the video live stream on the YouTube and Facebook. We're broadcasting our video live there right now. Brett was asking me about the block party because I woke up early Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, just before 3 o'clock. Because my usual wake up time is
get
3,
that. No,
so I
I
woke up
totally
a
get
little
that.
early, and the dog wanted to go out and stuff like that. And I asked Stephanie. I said, "Hey, you want to go check out the block party, see if the police have been clamping down on that?" She said, "No, absolutely not." But yeah, the block parties, they were right out
I did
here.
not know it was right here.
Yeah, it was in
I
our
didn't
parking
know.
lot.
What day was
Well,
that?
there was so the food establishment. It was a week ago Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday at 3:49 in the morning. 3:49 in the morning.
Mhm.
Anyway, so the food establishment was hopping, as they say, and then the parking lot was filled with more cars at that time at 3:49 Sunday morning than at any other time during the day.
Yeah, there aren't many right now.
No, absolutely not.
I did not. Did you post that footage?
We posted it. We
Okay.
talked about it. I'm pretty sure you and I talked about it, but maybe
No,
maybe
we
not.
talked about block parties, but I did not know it was here. I thought they were in a city down like on the river.
No.
'Cause
That would
didn't
be
they-
a river party.
But they had issues too. The city, because that was
Yes.
on one of your news stories.
In fact, yes, because in May they had a fatal shooting at one.
Mhm.
But anyway, no, there was apparently a legal party that had broken up, and they regathered here. The partiers. Did you watch
Well-
any? Did you watch any of the Lollapalooza this weekend?
No,
It was happening in Chicago.
No,
Grant Park? No.
no.
Okay.
Did you?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I watched Olympics, a little bit of the Olympics.
I watched the Olympics.
a little bit of Lollapalooza. What'd you watch in the Olympics?
I watched the swimming,
Okay.
the trampoline.
Oh, you
which
saw
is
this?
crazy.
I wanted to see the trampoline.
is
I
just
missed it. How
crazy.
was it? What'd they do?
A lot of jumping high, and then they
Did the jumping good.
and how they stay on it. It's amazing.
What are they judging that? Is it how you is it the flips and the landings?
I think so. Like gymnastics.
You can't just bounce on your bum.
No,
every time?
that's what I would love to. We used to as a kids over our friends. They had a trampoline. We put it underneath the hoop and dunk off of it.
Oh, that seems incredibly dangerous. How many times did you hit your head?
We did a lot of things. We put the mattress underneath the roof of the house,
Oh my gosh.
and then we put a mattress on.
Do not do that.
Put a mattress on top of the trampoline.
That's why doctors make a lot of
And
money
then
setting bones.
We put an egg on the mattress, and if you jumped on the mattress and the egg broke, what we had to do, we had to do something.
Yeah, you're doing your own Olympics. That's good.
We did. We actually would. We would do the Network Stars Olympics. Remember that when they had those
Oh, vaguely.
Battle of Network Stars?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you might be a little too young for that, but they would do that on.
I remember a lot of sequins and nylon. I think that's
that
all.
was the thing of the 70s.
That's all I can picture. Speaking of sports in the Olympics, Belgium withdrew from the mixed relay triathlon race today, and Switzerland has had to mix up their roster after athletes from both countries fell ill following the initial triathlon races last week. Belgium announced it was dropping out of the race after one of its triathletes, Claire Michael, got sick, fell ill. It's a National Olympic Committee said the illness, which it wasn't specified in the statement, but the word has since come out that they got an E. coli infection.
Which is a fancy word for fecal.
Fecal matter, yeah. The Belgian triathlon must unfortunately announce that the Belgian Hammers will not be starting the mixed relay at the Paris Olympics. The decision, like this communication, was taken in consultation with the athletes and their entourage. Claire Michael, a member of the relay, is unfortunately ill and must withdraw from the competition. They had thought about the Seine and why they chose that for the triathlon. Why put the athletes in water that's often contaminated with, honestly, human waste?
That's not the only thing they've had in there.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know. The triathlon, the other
I thought
events.
they've had other events too.
I don't know. I think everyone is just not feeling good about that whole thing. The organizers say we're lucky enough to have probably the most beautiful venue of any race in the Olympics, and I guess that came with a small penalty of the risk of the Seine being dirty. Heavy rains.
Dirty for thousands of years.
Well, it's just the way that
probably.
it's made. Yeah. Heavy rains battered Paris last weekend, drenching the opening ceremony. We saw it on the broadcast, and it raised concerns about water quality in the river, which usually declines significantly after rainfall. So, yeah, for the opening day of the Olympics, the rain was just washing everything right into the Seine.
Well, they probably have a sewage system that's hundreds of years old.
Well, I think
needs
that's their
updating.
sewage system. I think the Seine is French for sewage. No, I'm kidding. That's
Well,
probably really mean. But
while St. Joe and Benton Harbor took care of theirs.
yeah. Kamala Harris wrapped up her nomination over the weekend. Did you see that?
Yes, I did see that. Yep.
She the roll call vote, which will continue until 6:00 tonight.
Did you ever get a ballot from anybody to see what it looked like?
No.
Okay.
Did we ask for one?
You had talked about it on Friday. About
No. I want to talk to the people who are going to the convention.
Oh, I thought we talked about you getting and see what a ballot looks
I think
like.
we talked about you doing some work.
I
You
know.
getting a ballot.
That was not me.
The roll call vote, which will continue until 6:00 tonight, culminates with a whirlwind summer rush to replace Biden on the top of the ticket. You know, his abrupt exit, and then all of a sudden, everyone coming around Kamala Harris saying this is our candidate. On the one hand, it sure shows a party unity. On the other hand, the vetting process that candidates go through for how long and who they choose as the running mate, that vetting process it turns out it looks to be quite necessary because a lot of things are coming out at the last minute. Will this harm the candidacy? You were talking about, was it Josh Shapiro? What's the vetting process looking like there? What's coming out there?
It was something on a letter from 30 years ago. I think when he I don't have it right in front of me, when he served in the Israeli military. So it's just, it's been an interesting political year. That is for sure. Interesting political month. How does that sound?
Yeah, I would say it
With the
at the very least. So, yeah, as the announcement for Harris is probably going to be tomorrow. Potential first Jewish vice president, Governor Josh Shapiro, as a potential, that is, facing criticism over an opinion article he wrote while he was in college. And I mean, again, once your name is at the top of the ticket like this, there are going to be a lot of people going through every dot and tittle of your history. They're going to try to understand what makes you tick, what brought you up to where you are right now. The opinion article resurfaced only after his name came to the top, and it apparently claimed that he once volunteered for the Israeli Defense Force. His campaign said Friday he was required to do a service project in high school and volunteered on service projects on an Israeli army base without actually engaging in any military activities. So they'll be questioning that.
Why would they question that? I mean, what would be wrong with doing that?
Well, he claimed he volunteered for the Israeli Defense Force.
Okay.
But his campaign said he did not volunteer for the Israeli Defense Force. He volunteered on a service project that happened to be on a military base.
Oh.
That's very different than serving in the military.
Oh, yeah. That's
Don't you think?
like me saying I have hair.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure I missed something there. It seems like if you say you're serving in the military, you can't really do that unless you served in the military. What else does it say here? Yeah. Anyway, so we expect that tomorrow. Pennsylvania is the location where we expect Kamala Harris to announce. I don't think it's it's a secret. It seems like it's going to be Josh Shapiro. Don't you think?
And there was some word, remember last week talking about Senator Peters, the unions
You
were
know,
pushing
and
for him.
I wonder if that was just kind of a nod to the unions saying, hey, we'll give you some nice words in the media. You'll get a little bump, but then we're going to move on to our real candidates here.
Could be, yeah.
Because Peters was not one of the three that they brought to Washington to get that final vetting from Kamala.
And really, in the end, it doesn't have that much impact, I don't think, on the elections, who you pick for your vice president.
You don't think so?
No, I mean, it has like a instantaneous news story for that day.
Yeah.
But then after that, it seems to fade away. And then I've never gone to the ballot box thinking, well, that person's going to be vice president.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'd be surprised if others do the same. I think at the end, you vote at who's at the top of the ticket.
How do you think J.D. Vance's pick has played out for Donald Trump?
So, honestly. You know, I was kind of surprised about it, but I think part of it was to have the next generation. I think that was part of it.
Yeah.
I think based on what I've read, I think Donald Trump's son and him hit it off extremely well. And I think that was part of it.
Okay.
Obviously, he did not like Trump back in the day, but, nor did Harris like Biden.
Yeah.
If you watch them on the debates when they went at it in 2020, I mean, people who do not like the guy or lady who becomes possibly the president doesn't mean they don't work together. Lyndon B. Johnson and Kennedy despised each other.
Yeah.
But they end up working, and I don't think Nixon and Eisenhower particularly liked each other all that much either. But
Obama and Biden.
I think Biden liked Obama. I'm not sure how much Obama. I'm not sure how much Obama.
It was a
liked
crush.
Biden.
It was a man crush.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
I think. But that's Ronald Reagan and George Bush were ran against each other in the primaries.
Yeah, yeah, and that's how
just
it goes.
Part of how
that's
it
just
goes.
part of the deal.
Yeah.
And well, anyway, we'll have more on that and other silly stuff coming up. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
Hello.
Hi, Mom. What are you doing?
Oh, just filling out my absentee ballot. I'm just not sure who to vote for.
All right. You doing good over there? You feeling better?
Not really.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Dang, how long does this last?
I don't know.
What'd you eat yesterday?
I had too much pizza is what I did.
Does that do it?
Yeah.
Was there sugar in pizza or something?
That's just the carbs.
Oh,
I have really, I'm telling you what, I don't eat white flour or like I had a bowl of cereal.
yeah.
And I love cereal. I had a bowl of cereal last Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
And son of a I mean, that just, it caused me some problems.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's that sensitive, which that bothers me. It's that sensitive.
Yeah. Well,
And I just,
how you doing on your weight loss?
good. I think I hit 21 on Saturday.
Gosh, good job.
And then today was 17.
That's just something you got to work out. You're going to be okay.
Yeah, it's just it was good Roma pizza out of Bangor. I'm gonna tell you what, that was a happening place up there. Unbelievably busy.
You do not get the gold medal for discipline, though. If
No,
you're
but-
eating too much pizza.
But I'm telling you, and Amy will tell you, I don't snack. I've really changed a lot of
That's
things.
good. Good
if
for you.
If I want to see my grandkids, I don't have a choice.
Yeah. Well, you do great. Just a bump. You'll be
but
fine.
I just don't feel good.
That's all right. You look good.
I
like
don't
your
look
purple
good either.
You
trust
look
me.
good. I like your
That's
purple
why I
shirt.
do have the purple one. That was next in rotation.
You're fishing for compliments now. All right. It's the WSJM morning show. Good morning, Bill. Good to see you. Let's see. Bill remembers when the network battles. Good viewing. Not big on talent. Yeah.
He's right about that.
Yeah.
There was not much talent there.
Hope you did well in the races this weekend, Bill. And we watched, I think it's actually called, Stephanie's mentioned it's the steeplechase in the Olympics.
Oh, I like that.
You see that?
I watched that in college. That was fun watching those people go at it.
Honestly, I thought only horses did that.
No, people steeple too.
Yeah. So we watched the steeplechase, and that was exciting. There was this one race where they were qualifying for the final, and this young lady from Tunisia was in the mix, and it looked like she was third, second, kind of all the way. Only the top 5 winners could go to the final round, and there was a pack of 6. And this woman from Tunisia looked like she was going to be in it the whole time, and then all of a sudden, one of the Germans started sprinting and everything else. It was just amazing to watch the athletic ability. But steeplechase, you see him jump in ponds all of a sudden.
That's what I'm saying. He'd have a wet foot in the entire race.
That'd be something else. All right, we got to get back. We'll be right back on the WSJM Morning Show.
Of a U.S. recession in the next year to 25% from 15%, although they added there are reasons not to fear a slump. A strike by dock workers at East Coast and Gulf ports is looking more and more likely. Negotiations on a labor contract covering trade hubs from Boston to Houston have been stalled since June. Now the International Longshoremen's Association says it will present final demands to union delegates at a meeting on September 4th and 5th. And the union says it will also discuss strike strategies in the event a deal is not reached before the September 30th deadline. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
We watched steeplechase. We watched dressage. Did you watch the dressage?
What's that?
That's the horse. That's
No.
where the
Did
person's on the horse, and the horse is doing fancy stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Skipping and hopping, and
I don't know how they do that.
I know. It was really amazing. Today's forecast, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, a high around 87. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, partly cloudy, some more chances of rain, low around 70. Tuesday, partly cloudy, chance of rain, high around 77. So the high tomorrow is apparently going to be about 10 degrees cooler than today. Then also the extended forecast, we're looking at Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All I see on the forecast for those days, partly sunny skies.
You don't like that.
That's it.
You will not get too warm walking to your car.
It won't get too warm walking to the car. The highs are only going to be in the upper 70s, lower 80s, and the lows are going to be probably in the lower 60s. So that's going to be let's say,
Better sleeping weather.
better sleeping weather. I like that. When you can open the window, you can get some of the cool breeze coming in. Tigers don't play today. They play tomorrow. This is your official place where you can hear the Tigers play baseball when they do that. It's 9:40 is the first pitch tomorrow night, so that can put you to sleep. We've got more news coming up on WSJM. It's the morning show.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Taking a look at some of the local stories that we're following for you today. Elder fraud and scams targeting seniors were the topics of discussion during Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel's visit to St. Joseph yesterday. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, scams aimed at older adults result in the loss of billions of dollars every year.
I seen it.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
How so?
So my mother died when I was like 24. My dad got remarried. His
Okay.
wife got a phone call, and next thing you know, my dad hears her giving account numbers.
Oh, no.
And he's like, hang up. She did hang up. And then he ran to the bank like ASAP.
Oh, man.
And got everything changed like ASAP.
Shut down. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
What was the ruse?
I don't remember what that was.
Yeah.
Just that she had just, like a
Fell
lot of
for it.
elderly people,
Yeah.
just got talked into giving out numbers.
Yeah.
It's usually a scare tactic.
Yeah.
If you don't give us this, we're going to shut this down, or we're
Yeah.
going to prosecute you, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
need to go see that movie. What was Beekeeper? though?
Beekeeper. It's streaming right now.
Is it?
Yeah. You can watch it for free. It's either on Prime or Peacock or one of those things.
Sadly, you never hear about whoever's doing it getting locked up.
No, not often enough. I mean,
I've never heard of it.
well, we've seen a few stories, but they're
Really?
rare. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're rare. And oftentimes you have international players, right, doing this transactioning. But anyway, the Attorney General for the state of Michigan was here in town yesterday talking about that and helping people understand how to avoid getting scammed. Basically, you're right, Brett. They do play on people's fear.
Yep.
And they change their scams up so that it sounds like, well, maybe a family member is in danger, and only you can go get that gift card to help them out. So don't do that. Basically, they say if someone calls and needs you to drive to the bank or buy some gift cards right now, it's probably a scam. Hang up the phone. Talk to a trusted family member or a friend and just ask them to help you get through this. Other news that we're following for you today, the Berrien County Board of Commissioners has approved a contract for construction of a new playground at Silver Beach County Park. At their regular meeting, they approved the contract. It's about a little over $1 million. We'll tell you about that. And the Stevensville Village Council has signaled its interest in creating a Greater Stevensville Chamber and Growth Alliance. They got a lot going on down there.
Stevensville, ever since the brewery went in there, really changed.
Yeah.
Watermark, it really changed the downtown. I
Well,
think in
it's like a
positive
food
way.
corridor. You've got, you've got Red Coach, then you've
Mhm.
got Watermark, then you got the Squeeze, you've got Full Circle Cafe,
You got
official sponsor of the Coaches Show.
exactly. You got the hot dog company.
Oh, Dog Slinger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
It's
There's a couple other. There's a breakfast place across the street.
the donut shop.
I already said that.
Oh, you did.
Red Coach.
Red Coach. Yeah. You got the Bert's Cafe.
Oh yeah,
around the
Bert's.
corner. Yep.
I haven't been to Bert's, but I hear great things about it.
Yeah, it's they make some good breakfasts. I'll tell you what.
Mm-mm-mm.
And so downtown Stevensville really went from being a hair salon place to everything.
Can I
now.
still get my hair did there?
You can, but that's not the only thing.
Do you
left
get
in
your
town.
hair did there?
No, I go to my local barber that I've gone since I was 8 years old.
All right. It's the WSJM Morning Show. We'll talk about more sports type things. That's coming up from Dave Wolf in a minute after this from the Michigan News Network. And what else do we have here? Oh yeah, we're gonna talk some more about the Olympics. We've got tech trends and some more news to talk about here on the WSJM Morning Show.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. It's the final day of campaign.
All right. So you've been a candidate for public office.
Yep.
Brett Witkowski.
7 times.
7 times?
Yeah.
How many times you win?
7.
Really? 7 for 7?
Yep.
Did you ever lose?
Nope.
Wow. What's the secret?
worked extremely hard.
Yeah. What does that look like?
Well, back in the day, it was a lot of door to door, and there was not a lot of social media, so it was a lot of print and radio.
Yeah.
Only time I never went out would be Friday night. Friday was just a dog because people are out.
But
doing things.
you were watching football anyway. That's why
No,
you
but
didn't
not
go
during
out.
this time of year.
Oh,
'Cause-
that's right. Yeah.
So
Saw the little kids out there in St. Joe practicing. They were suited up.
mhm.
Little football. What do you call that?
Rocket football.
Is it rocket
Mm-hmm.
football? Yeah. It was hot out there for them.
Yeah, they take water breaks.
I stopped by and fanned them for a little while. Yeah, there's-
Chastise them for being warm.
No.
No, door to door is the biggest thing back then. I don't know if it still is, and I don't know. I'm still
I
trying.
hear of a lot of people going door to door,
Yeah.
and I think that's brave.
It is, and it's how you make things personal. What I just don't have a grasp on is moving from election day to election month. That I just
Tell us more. What do you mean?
Well, back in the day, you only voted on that day. The only time you could have absentee ballot.
Oh, the
is-
day of, yeah.
Where now, absentee ballots go out a month ahead. You have 9 days of early voting. That I just don't know how. I think you. So, like, we have that millage that's coming up in Van Buren for the roads. I took the philosophy that we had to have everything done for the most part by early July, and then reminders from there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think by now people have made their mind up. I don't think you get a lot of people switching that last week or so. So I don't know. I could be totally wrong, and we'll find out Tuesday. But it's just trying to truly grasp a voting month versus a voting day is, for me, hard to read.
Yeah.
Whereas I think when it was voting day, I usually could pick on it pretty accurately who I thought would win, things like that. Now, honestly don't have a clue. I just cannot read the voting month.
Okay. Good stuff.
Yeah, well, it'll be the same way for November's election.
Yeah. Yeah. What does it feel like when you're at this point? You're 24 hours before the polls open, and a little under 24 hours. As a candidate,
you don't sleep a lot. You're worried. At least for me, I'm talking about only for me. Because if you finish second, you get nothing.
Right.
A lot of things in life, you finish second, you got something. But in politics, you don't.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, if you finish second, you don't have a job. So for me was, I remember the first time I had two opponents, and my mother had died when I was 24, and we had a baby. It was 2 weeks old, and we had Elizabeth, who was 4 years old. And I just remember I told him I just want to go out to my mom's gravesite the day about 6 o'clock that night. And so I went out there, and just to get some peace and not to have the phone ringing, not people bothering. And then I go out there, and my dad's cousin is riding his bike through there, and he was a talker. This guy just he talked the entire. He didn't know. He didn't know why I was out there. And so for me, that was what I usually would go out to my mom's grave, my parents' grave, just to kind of give a break to everybody else too.
Yeah,
but it's tough. It's people throw darts and say things, and true or not true doesn't matter. Unless you have no heart or don't care, it bothers you.
Yeah. Makes sense. Well, you get into the arena. It's good, right?
Yeah. It's like being a head coach in sports. I don't care, from high school to college to pro.
As long as they're not stealing signs.
Yeah. But people second guess you, including yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to do, right?
Sure. I mean, sometimes you have to make quick decisions, and everything, different than talking on here. And, there's times I always try to go back and listen, and it's like, wow, why did I say that? But always try to watch what you say and think, and do the best you can.
I like it. We should talk about the Boeing Starliner. See if we can get an update there. Remember the astronauts that were taken up?
Well,
They're still up
Boeing
there.
got a new CEO.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. Apparently going to be based in Seattle, which is interesting.
They're going back there?
Well, I don't know exactly what it means. I had the same question of, well, if the CEO is going to be based back there, is the whole company going to go back there? Because they've got, I mean, the manufacturing facilities are spread out all over the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And, but they've got a good core in Seattle, which is where they were founded.
Hence the name Seattle Supersonics NBA basketball team.
The Supersonics, which later changed to the Sonics, which is now the Oklahoma Thunder, unfortunately.
But Seattle did retain the colors and the records.
That's good.
And the name.
That's right.
Yep.
Darn straight. And the mascot, can you name the mascot of the Seattle Supersonics?
No, I can't.
Really?
Mm-mm. What was it?
T. Weedle. T. Weedle.
What the?
Yeah, it was like it was a Space Needle thing. T. Weedle. I don't know. It was just this big bear.
You up to Space Needle?
Have I been up in the Space Needle? I don't know that I've actually been up in it. I feel like I should have or might have. I spent a lot of time in Seattle.
Well, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Didn't they build that for the World's Fair?
Yeah, they built that for, was it the 64? Is that right? Something
Yeah,
like
it's like
that?
in San
Or 60
Antonio. They
60
built
something?
a tower for the World's Fair. Hemisphere.
Oh, is that what it was called?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see.
Then they built an arena called Hemisphere
Seattle
Arena.
World's Fair. I was not there for the Seattle World's Fair. That was 1962. Excuse me, 1962.
I went to a World's Fair in Knoxville when I was a kid. My parents
Did ya?
took- Yeah, it was really fun. They don't do those anymore, do they?
I don't know if they do. I looked it up some time ago, and it was a hard time trying to find where and when they do these things. But I think
It's right after the Berrien County Youth Fair.
they were every 4 years. And I remember my parents going to one in Spokane. Yeah, there was one in Spokane, believe it or not.
World's Fair?
A World's Fair.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What year was that?
Well, I can't remember. All right, we I'm not going to tell you. We have. I'll just look it up. Just look it up. I said Spokane and World's Fair.
I am looking it up.
All right, it's 7:45. We've got more coming up on the video, or actually on the morning show on the air here. We'll be there right in just a moment after this from Tech Trends from ABC.
And data center construction.
We have $1 trillion of CapEx that's going to be spent in AI the next 3 to 4 years. Betting against that would be like trying to surf into a tsunami.
Which is why
I think this market continues to be a tech bull market led by the large players. And I think earnings seasons validated the big tech bullish thesis.
with Tech Trends, I'm Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Summer is heating up, just like the deals at Omaha Steaks. From perfectly aged steaks to juicy burgers, Omaha Steaks is your summer grilling headquarters. Shop the hotter than fire sale at omahasteaks.com for exclusive unconditional money-back guaranteed packages starting at $99. Plus, get an extra $10 off with promo code QUALITY at checkout. Visit omahasteaks.com, code QUALITY for an extra $10 off. Shop the hotter than fire sale today before these deals go up in smoke.
Omaha Steaks, America's original butcher.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, the credit card bill came and we're maxed out.
Maxed out cards, rent is due. We just need some extra cash to help us get by.
Maybe we should go to 27cash.com.
With our bad credit,
27cash.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with any type of credit get up to $5,000, and cash can hit our bank account as soon as tomorrow.
When you need extra cash, go to 27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
Partly to mostly cloudy skies this morning. We'll see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. In the afternoon, we'll see high temperatures get up around 85 degrees. A few showers and storms return again tonight. We drop down to 70 and 77 tomorrow with a chance of a few rain showers. As we head into midweek, we're back to some sunshine with highs in the 70s. I'm meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
All right, let's see. Just checking in on the video live stream. I want to see who we have a good conversation on there every weekday morning. And Bill says he raced a lot, did not get into the A feature. You missed it by one car. Bummer. That's like the Olympics. Missed it by a foot. Did you see the photo finish of the men's running?
That was something.
Wow, that was close.
Took a lot longer to figure that out than the race.
It did. Yeah, it did. And then we got a hearty good morning hometown from John. I think he listens from Tennessee. Is that right?
Memphis, right?
Yeah, I think it's Memphis. So it is the WSJM morning show. We'll have the Moody on the Market update in a few minutes. But yeah, we were talking last week about Boeing because their CEO has announced he's going to move to Seattle, which, to have the CEO decide where he's going to live, because remember the Boeing headquarters started out in Seattle.
Correct.
And then it moved to Chicago.
Correct.
They had enough of Chicago in a relatively short period of time. They went out to Virginia, where all the defense contracts are, because of the Capitol and everything. The Pentagon is out there. Now the CEO, Kelly Ortberg, he announced he's going to be living in Seattle. Going to base himself in Seattle. Whether that means that they're going to move the company's headquarters, no word on that as of yet.
Well, it's got to be more than just him going to Seattle, though. He doesn't just
he's
get to work remote.
Yeah, he'll have his. You would assume he'll have his leadership team there.
Exactly.
His leadership team there, and hopefully he'll bring his quality control person with him. So that they don't have all the issues that they've been having. Did you know it's now been 8 weeks since Boeing's Starliner spacecraft got up to the International Space Station?
Seems to be a weekly story with us.
8 weeks.
It hasn't made it back.
They haven't come back yet. At the time, NASA officials said the 2 crew members could return to Earth as early as June 14th, just 8 days later. Yeah, there have been some problems.
You think?
They a week ago, the last time NASA officials spoke to the media, the agency's program manager for commercial crew would not be drawn into discussing the what ifs if the Starliner can't get back. They said our prime option is to complete the mission. There are a lot of good reasons to complete this mission and bring Butch and Suni back home on the Starliner. A Starliner was designed as a spacecraft to have a crew in the cockpit. For a long time, they thought that they probably could return to Earth in the Starliner. However, there have been a lot of recent activity at NASA and Boeing and SpaceX that suggests they could come home aboard a Crew Dragon spacecraft rather than Starliner. So SpaceX might be in there to save the day.
Musk is, I'll tell you what, his mind really works, doesn't it? All the things that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's in space, he's in communications, he's in tunneling, and
I think he's got
cars,
eight kids.
8 kids?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Elon Musk has 8 kids?
Something like that, yeah.
Look it up. Look it up, because I am unaware of how many spawn he has. But anyway, so that I just hope they get home safe.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big thing. But speaking of not getting home safe, White Sox not really doing well this season.
20 in a row they've lost. One away from the all-time record.
20 in a row?
They've 27 and 87. That's just unreal. I mean, that's just, I cannot believe it.
What?
Holy smokes.
What do you see?
12 kids.
Who, Elon?
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk meet his 12 kids and their mothers.
No kidding. Did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting. That must be why he didn't run for president.
Hope he has a goodwill.
Well, that and the citizenship.
Yeah, not that. Yeah, he's
or whatever natural
African,
born citizen type thing.
Yeah, born in South Africa.
All right, we've got to get to the Moody on the Market update. That's coming up next.
It's important to give back because there's so many things that happen in everyday life that is just out of our control. We decided to have a.
All right, so how many? Go ahead. What do you got? What do you got there?
What do you want?
Well, who are the mothers?
Oh, it's loading up. It's taking time.
Oh, all right. What do you got there? Is that an Amazon Fire?
I don't know. One of my daughters got it for me.
What is it?
Let's see.
Is it an Apple?
Let you know. About.
Well, that's from page 6. You trust page 6?
iPad Mini 4.
Oh, okay. Oh, he only has 11 living children. Huh.
Oh, one pass. Huh?
Sounds like it. Yeah, that's something. All right, we've got to get back and do the Moody on the Market update here in just a moment. So let's see. Since you brought it up, I'm looking at a reputable source. Father of 11 children he's had with 3 different women. Huh. Did not know that. I only thought he had one.
No.
You awake over there?
Yeah, no, I'm just looking at it too.
Okay. Interesting. Let's see. They're named Kai, Saxon, Damien, Griffin, Vivian, Nevada. Where are the other names? Oh, dear Lord. I can't even say these names because they're symbols more than they are names. There's XAEA12. Then there's Exa Dark Sidereal. And then there's Techno. Techno. Hey, Techno. Bring me some batteries.
But if anybody could probably get away, it would be Musk.
I suppose. And then there's Strider and Azure. Azure. That's probably the most normal name, Azure.
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 Hope he's got one good will.
Oh, I bet he does. He probably has a lawyer following him around with it all the time. All right.
And he lives like in a real small house in Texas. I
thought that was Warren Buffett in Nebraska.
No, him
right.
too.
Okay. All right. We'll be right back. It's the WSJM Morning Show. All right. 7:54 is the time. Let's look at the temperature right now because I'm checking to see. Oh, we expect light rain in the next hour here in Benton Harbor. We're at 73 degrees right now. Is it raining up in South Haven, Lawrence?
It says it could
Van
be
Buren?
thundering and hail after 8:30.
Oh, okay.
It's like building over the lake type of stuff.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Well, do be careful of that if there's hail and strong winds in that area and lightning and all that sort. It's time for your Moody on the Market update. Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owner's insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. And you ever do an after-action review after something?
Don't know what that is.
An after-action review after you do something is it's part of a continuous improvement thing. And you immediately take a look at, okay, well, we planned for this thing. We did this thing. Now while it's still fresh in our minds, let's get all the key stakeholders together and talk about how it went and what we could do to be better next time. Did it meet its objectives? How are we going to go forward from here? Well, the Berrien Springs Pickle Festival did an after-action review. I call it that. They don't. But they say plans, they looked at it, and they were so happy with how it's gone in the last few years since they restarted it. Plans are already being made for next year's festival. Berrien County Historical Association says this summer's Berrien Springs Pickle Festival was a resounding success. The event brought back 4 years ago after the hiatus from the 1990s. Historical Association President Rhiannon Sisson tells us that attendance has grown each year since the Pickle Fest's return. They had a ton of people. They're looking at more than 7,000 officially. They say officially they were able to count 7,000 people, but they believe it's probably closer to 8,000 because there are always people who don't have cell phones and they just they walk in. So apparently they were tracking using cell phones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can do that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you don't get anyone's personal information.
No,
you just locate the signal, and then
Really?
you can see their traffic patterns and stuff like that. Yeah, they have that in St. Joe too.
Huh.
Yeah, the Greater Southwest Chamber uses it to help people understand traffic patterns of consumers, especially during events. And
Did they have it down at the beach this weekend? Man, that traffic was backed up.
I heard there was a lot of traffic down there.
Oh, man.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I made a mistake just to go see how things, and as you come down the hill,
Right.
like behind the band shell,
Right.
it was backed up there.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's the normal. That's why St. Joe and the county have been going round and round on it. But they ended the pilot program, so they can't blame the county. Well, I guess they can, because normally, under the pilot program, the backup was happening inside the parking lot. You doing okay over there?
Yeah,
You're just kind of staring at me like
it's just
you
yeah,
look like
I
a
think for
glazed
the-
donut, Ken.
No,
Ken,
no,
you
no.
look like a donut with sprinkles.
Well, that'd be nice. I don't like sprinkles though.
You don't like
I like the
sprinkles?
chocolate.
Who doesn't like sprinkles?
I don't. It's not my favorite.
My son showed up Saturday morning because he wanted to go surfing, and and his younger brother, my other son, he had a pink donut with sprinkles
Oh,
on it.
that'd be nice.
That's his favorite, the strawberry flavor.
With the parking down there,
Yeah,
I think part of it is, when you go around the park, people are walking to the beach too. To
yeah,
and
it's a
from.
pedestrian traffic. That's a big deal.
And I always thought maybe they'd consider working together, the county and the city, and putting one of those solar pedestrian lights.
Hmm.
You know, like they have at Lincoln School and different places, like Lincoln Township.
So you're just
Library.
basically looking for an electronic crossing guard.
Yeah. So then,
Do you think the tourists would pay attention to it?
don't know.
You'd have to have enforcement of some sort.
Well, not really.
You don't think?
I mean, I just think it would give some guidance. I see it at
Yeah.
Notre Dame's campus a lot.
Does it work?
Notre Dame's campus, it works well.
Okay.
I've seen that.
I mean, anything should be worth a shot. At least try it out.
Well, it's not a cheap trial. I think it's 15,000, 20,000, but
Just to try it out?
well, I mean, to put one down there,
Just get a light.
well, that could be.
A little light bright
But it
kit,
would
put
just,
green
you know,
on this
you
side, red on
cross-
this side.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
But that
that's a good
seems
idea.
like- I know. It just seems people sit and wait because when you get an influx of people crossing,
Yeah. You
they
can't go.
actually have the right of way,
Yeah, they do.
and it backs it up.
You do. And the one thing that I worry about most are you've got kids who are very excited either to get to the beach or to get over to pizza, and they're running all over the place. So you have to be really, really careful. So that extra degree of caution could be slowing it down too
Yeah.
for all that stuff.
And that's okay. That aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. But we were talking about the pickle festival. So talking
That's
about
cool.
yeah, pickle. I love cool cucumber. Right, cool as a cucumber.
Where'd that come from? I wonder.
Cool as a cucumber. The
Yeah.
etymology of that. Well, I don't know.
I saw it.
But you know, cucumbers turn into pickles, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I did see on Instagram they had a bunch of like
We never get anything done here.
sayings that we say now and where they came from.
I've got to wrap up the Moody on the Market update because we're now at time, and I now have to go to ABC News.
I was going to tell you where it came from. Mind your P's and Q's.
We're going to have to hold that story. It's a great story.
It is a great story.
The Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles.
From ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. Hurricane Debbie's made landfall on Florida's Big Bend, and Governor Ron DeSantis said rain and storm surge are the major concerns.
There's going to be a lot of water that's going to be dumped throughout the state, and we're going to see effects of that not just today, but in the ensuing days.
He said the state is ready for search and rescue if needed. 6 to 10 feet of inundation expected along parts of the Gulf Coast, but South Carolina and Georgia are also at risk. And Georgia's Emergency Management Director Chris Stalling said
rainfall is expected to be around 20 inches in the area of Savannah and locally possibly even more. If so, that will be a generational storm that we've not seen.
Vice President Kamala Harris will unveil her running mate at a rally tomorrow in Philadelphia. She met with several contenders at her residence over the weekend, including Governors Tim Walz of Minnesota and Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania. The Vice President's attending a White House meeting today as President Biden convenes his National Security Council over fears of a larger Middle East war. Secretary of State Antony Blinken reportedly warned G7 leaders that Iran could strike Israel within the next 24 hours, says ABC's Christian Cordero.
According to the website Axios, Blinken said the U.S. doesn't know the exact time of a planned attack by Iran, but it could begin as early as today. Iran's supreme leader ordered a strike on Israel after last week's assassination of a top Hamas leader in Tehran.
In Britain over the weekend, violence as protesters here attempted to break into a hotel being used to house asylum seekers in the northern city of Rotherham. Prime Minister Keir Starmer called it far-right thuggery. He convened government and law enforcement officials today. Another Wall Street sell-off expected. Global markets reacting to Friday's lower-than-expected jobs report. Japan's Nikkei was down 12%. You're listening to ABC News.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
Well,
with EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough
and do that. Thank you for joining us on the WSJM Morning Show video live stream. Sorry, I was just talking to Brad about how he's feeling, and hopefully he's feeling better. And then we're also talking about some football programming that he is thinking about that we're going to have one of our news people, Sean Robinson, help out with. So we're looking forward to that. All right. Thank you for joining us. We always appreciate you. And if you have a guest you want to hear, tomorrow we have a really special guest coming up. Former NBA, former almost Olympiad, and he'll be in the studios to talk a little bit about Olympics with us. All right, so join us. We'll see you tomorrow.